It's a week before the Oscars and I need a new tux. So let's build one.
Hey guys, welcome back. It is Oscar season. If you don't know me, I am a huge film buff and I love this time of year because I get to see a lot of great filmmaking, but I also love it because I am a member of the Academy Museum. I have been since the day it opened. It's my favorite place in LA. I highly suggest you go if you have not been and you're in town. Every year though, the Academy throws a massive Oscars gala to coincide with the award show at the museum. And I've gone a couple times now. I love it. It is so much fun. It's a big red carpet event. And so I need to dress up. Last year, for the first time, I made my own tux. It was a huge undertaking. I've never made something that complex before, but it was so fun and it was so unique to me. And I got a lot of compliments and stuff on it. It was really, really fun. So I'm gonna do something again this year. I've been looking through a lot of different fashion, a lot of things, just looking for inspiration. There's specifically one thing that popped out at me, and it is from Dior's 2019, I think, Fall Winter collection by Kim Jones, and I'll post it right here. It is this tux with this beautiful, like, satin sash, silk sash. I love this, and I've seen a couple different versions of this. It was really popular for a couple years there. I think Nicholas Hoult wore it to the Oscars that year in black. I want to make something like it. Now, a Dior tux retailed anywhere from like $3,000 to $5,000, and obviously I'm not gonna spend that much money on a tux right now, but I think I can make something. I think it looks simple enough to make. Fingers crossed. I don't know what color I want to do. I really want to do a color. Last year I had a color in mind that I wanted to do, and I went to the fabric store and it was just inspired by something completely different. So I don't have a set color that I want to do in mind right now, but we're gonna go to the fabric store, hopefully get a little bit more inspiration. I have about a week and a half until the Oscars, and I'm gonna make this tux. I think I can do it for a lot cheaper than $3,000 to $5,000. So let's go to the fabric store.
My initial thought was that I wanted to go for a more light, pastel-y color for the tux. Maybe a lavender or a pink. It is the year of Barbie. But none of those fabrics were really jumping out at me. And then this happened. This blue was totally not what I was looking for, but I could not stop thinking about it. And it was only $14 a yard. It was totally meant to be.
See, this is exactly what I'm talking about, why I don't like to just go into especially a clothing design project with this preconceived notion completely in my head, because a lot of times I'll be wandering around the fabric store, and especially when I'm trying to find fabrics, like more than one fabric for a specific garment, I feel like I never have luck, and I'm never looking, and I can never find the thing that's specifically in my head. I found like a peachy color that I really liked in the satin, but I couldn't find like a wool that would match it. And I just kept going round and round, and then I was like, maybe a light pink, maybe a light purple, and I just, nothing was like calling out to me. And I was looking, and then all of a sudden, this like deep, bright blue, kind of reminiscent to what Matt Bomer did for the Critics' Choice Awards this year. I don't know, but it just like stuck out to me, and then I couldn't stop thinking about it. And then I was able to find a satin that matched it, and I was like, you know what? This is exactly what I'm talking about. This is why I don't want to go in with a preconceived notion, because now I'm even more excited about this tux, because it just felt like it was starting to come together and like meant to be. So I'm excited. Completely different direction than I thought I was gonna go in, but that's how it works. So before I start cutting all of the fabric, I just wanted to talk a little bit about my patterning process, because it is not my biggest skill set, let's say. After I get a design in my head, I generally will try to find already pre-made patterns that kind of fit closest to what I'm looking for, and then I'm usually able to shape what I want to make based off of those patterns. So for instance, like this tux that I'm making, it's a double-breasted. So I found a basic, you can see this is a Vogue pattern. Let me see if I can get it. And I'm gonna be using this B one here. And it's just a basic double-breasted suit jacket that I'm gonna adapt. The actual suit jacket itself doesn't need a lot of changes. It's mainly gonna be the sash and stuff that I'm gonna have to create on my own. The pants, however, I'm not using the pattern that comes with that. I found a pattern online that I liked for a wider pant, and I made a mock-up of them. So it's a little wrinkly, but I made a mock-up of one of the legs just to see how wide of a leg I was gonna get. And it's definitely wider than a lot of patterns that I've been able to find, but it's almost wide so it looks like it's just ill-fitting. It doesn't look like it's purposely wide enough. So I basically recut all of the fabric on the mock-up, and I used the top of the pattern and then created my own bottom of the pattern to make up another one, which is much wider, but is what I'm looking for. It looks more intentional, more purposeful. So I got these, so that means that I'm gonna have to use these as my actual pattern pieces, which is great because I did a really loose stitch so that I could take them apart and I can just press them out and then cut my fabric that way. So that's kind of the plan as of right now. The mock-up for me just has a couple of different purposes, mainly for fit, for construction process, and for any of the adjustments that I'm gonna have to make for my own personal design. With that being said, it's time to start cutting out some fabric. I am going to start with the jacket because that is the thing that is going to be the toughest to do. So I'd rather just get that right out of the way, and the mock-up went pretty well. The pattern itself isn't super difficult, but it does have a lot of like little intricacies and stuff like that. So let's just get to cutting. So we have all of the pieces cut out that we need to have cut out for the jacket, including the lining and the interfacing. We're gonna go ahead and add the interfacing to the pieces that need it, get everything marked up, and let's start constructing this jacket.
The thing I've kind of noticed now that I've made a couple of these jackets is that a lot of the detail work is in the beginning, and once you get past that, it's really smooth sailing after that.
getting done. Let's see what we got here. Length is looking good. Sizes. Pockets, I'm gonna get those to lay flat. We'll work on that. But it's looking pretty good. Work on a collar.
And it was at this point that I started to feel really sick and ended up losing a couple days to try to beat this thing before it got worse.
All right, so the show is 5 days away, and I think I just realized that this morning. So I have a lot of work to do. My goal for today is to get the jacket done and to at least get the pants cut out. If I can get that done today, then I'm gonna feel really good about the rest of the week, but I only have 5 days and I feel really behind, so let's go.
And it was around this point in the construction that I started to feel like something just wasn't quite right with this jacket. I couldn't really put my finger on what exactly I wasn't liking, so I decided to step away from it for a second and move on to the pants because I knew I was going to like those. The only really difficult thing about making these pants was changing up the pattern so they were more the size that I wanted them to be. But once I'd figured out the pattern, these pants came together really quickly, which was definitely a much needed relief after I had a panic attack about that jacket. After the pants came together so quickly, I took some time to really think about what was wrong with the jacket in my mind. With only 2 days to go, I ended up recutting and remaking the whole thing. I widened the lapels and I squared off all the edges, and now the jacket is exactly what I had in mind.
Okay, it is the day before the show, and I still have a lot to do, but we're on the right track. Big things for today. I need to attach the arms. Obviously, they are fully constructed, detailed. I just need to get those on. That's gonna take a sec. It's like my least favorite thing in constructing any kind of garment, but I gotta get that done. So that's gonna be the first priority. And once I get past that hurdle, I think I'm good. On the coat, I basically, once the arms are attached, need to do some finishing. It needs to get pressed a lot on a lot of the seams. It needs to have the hem finished. I need to do like the buttons and buttonholes and stuff. The pants are basically done. I need to finish the belt loops on the top, which is quick, and then I need to hem them, which should also be pretty fast. So that's good. And then the big thing is we need to make the thing that makes this unique. We need to make that sash that's gonna go around my chest and around my back. I have a couple ideas of how it's going to get done. I'm going to go with my first direction. If it just happens to not work, I have backup plans, but I feel confident about it. So that's the agenda for today. If I get that all done, which should be pretty easy to get done, then we are smooth sailing for tomorrow. So let's go. soft. That's clean. I think I psyched myself out too much, but that went well.
Now the only thing left I have on this jacket is the buttonholes and buttons and finishing that hem, and this is done. Now let's get started on that sash. This thing ended up being about 9 feet long. I ended up sewing in some pleats across the first 3 feet of the sash. And the reason I did this was basically because I needed that section to lay perfectly across my chest, flat, so that there wouldn't be any puckering in the jacket. But once the sash hit my side and wrapped around my back, I wanted it to freely move and drape down next to me, so I didn't want to make pleats the whole way.
The problem I thought I was gonna have with the sash is the problem that I'm having with the sash. And that's when I was going to pin it to the inside of the coat and have it wrap around me. It's fine, I pinned it in the right spot, but then as soon as I wrap it around me, it starts pulling on the coat. And I was gonna do some kind of like fastener or Velcro on the other side so that it like balanced out. It just wasn't working. The coat was getting pulled and puckering in certain areas. So, I can't take credit for this. The plan B was actually provided to me by my mom. I'm going to pin it to this undershirt here. And I actually already tried this and it works out perfectly because it's so tight to my body. I can wear this. I'm gonna have to cut a little bit of a V out because I don't want to see this, but the rest of it's gonna be covered. And then the sash is gonna be connected to this and it can wrap around me still on the outside of the coat, but the coat doesn't get pulled at all. It ends up being a perfect problem solved. So, and this will give me a little bit of extra warmth because it's supposed to be a little chilly tomorrow. So it's a win-win. So I have this pinned right now. I like the placement of it. So before it moves around, I'm gonna go ahead and tack this onto this. And then I just need to really hem both the pants and the jacket. And we're done. It looks so good, you guys. I'm so excited for tomorrow.
Good morning, guys, and happy Oscars day of the show. Sorry, I'm walking scout. The tux is ready. We are ready to go. I think I'll just do another pressing / steaming this morning, but other than that, we're done. And I feel really good about it. You know, sometimes things in my head don't quite turn out the way I think they're gonna turn out, especially when I'm dealing with someone else's pattern. It doesn't necessarily always come out the way I think it is, and this maybe is better than what I had imagined. I am so excited. I love the look. I can't wait for you to see it. We're ready. We're just gonna have a chill morning. I'm walking scout. I'm gonna get breakfast. I'm gonna get coffee. I think I'm gonna get a massage before I start getting ready. Happy Oscars Day.
All right, most of the garment is steamed. I still need to re-iron the pants, but I have to hop in the shower because my friend is gonna be here in about 10 minutes to do my hair, so time is ticking away. great time, and I got so many compliments on the tux. Honestly, like, so much better than last year, and I don't even know how I'm gonna try to top myself next year. I am over the moon with how this tux turned out. It looked so good. We got so many great videos and photos. It was such a fun night. I wanted to talk briefly about price because I said I would be able to do this tux for less than the $3,000 to $5,000 that it would cost me to get that Dior tux. So I went over the numbers and got all my receipts together. The main fabric cost me $70. The satin fabric cost me $27. And then I tallied everything up, including buttons and zippers, the interfacing, the hemming tape, a lot of like little odds and ends that I had to buy to complete this. And that cost me probably an extra $42, and that's me rounding up. So that gives me a grand total for this tux of $139. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. We have so many more projects coming this year. Hope you all had an enjoyable Oscar weekend. I will see you on the next video. Bye, guys.